Today we're adding a new seasonal sign to decorate our front porch of the dollhouse. Stay tuned and see how fun and easy this one is to make. All right, off camera, I cut my pieces of wood to the lengths we need. I need 4 of these, I think Hobby Lobby calls them slim sticks. They're their version of a skinny stick. I cut those just about 5 inches long, or around 5 inches long. And I've got a regular craft stick that I cut 3 pieces at 3/4 of an inch each. Now I am going to, since these are, I have a crooked one in the middle there, I'm actually going to tape these down to help me get this lined up and help me to get them to stay as best I can. The craft stick here, I can kind of, that. I'm gonna just tape these down so that they, and then if your ends are not perfectly straight, we can always trim that when we get done, or if you kind of like that more rustic look, that's fine. And since I'm going more for a rustic look on mine, I don't mind that this stick here is kind of crooked. So now that I've got them lined up pretty well and they're not going to go anywhere, I am going to add some glue to the backs of these 3 pieces of regular craft stick. Now if you use the skinny sticks from, like Michael's or Joann's or wherever you buy your regular skinny sticks or coffee stir sticks, you might need to adjust this measurement because these might be a little bit not quite long enough to span all 4. Also, if you use a regular skinny stick that has a flat end on it, these have rounded ends. So if you use the regular skinny sticks, which I think usually have a straight end, you could go with the whole 6 inches of length that they have and make just a little bit taller sign. And then you would just have to adjust your design you paint on it. I'm not worried about these being perfectly aligned, you know, spaced out, because these are the back, they're not going to show. You can, if you want to, measure and make sure your pieces are perfectly aligned. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to put them there, making sure they are, yep, they're glued to all 4 pieces. I might double check that one, make sure I've got glue under that very end. And I'm going to let that glue dry before I move these. So when this glue dries, I'll be back and we can move on to getting started painting. Alright, my glue has dried enough that I can move on with my project. So I'm going to use just an emery board to kind of even this up a little bit. I don't care if it's completely straight, I just want it a little more neat than it is. There. And now we're going to put some white paint on. Got one of these little cups that I like to use the bottom for paint. This is just some apple barrel white craft paint that Plaid sent to me. And for this one, this month, we are just going to paint the entire surface with white. The entire front. I'm not going to paint the back. I don't really feel that the back needs to be painted. I don't think it would be on a real sign either. Get the ends and the sides, and we can let this paint dry, and once it gets dry, I'll come back and we will start adding our design to it. Alright, our white paint is dried, and I did find the center of my sign off camera because I needed to measure that. So now we are going to take a pencil and write out where we want our letters. It'll make it much easier when you come in to paint them if you have them kind of blocked out first. Because we can erase our pencil lines, but we won't be able to erase our paint as easily. kind of figure out where I want everything to be. I'm going to leave a space for my O because I'm not going to do it with the first paint. Now I need to look at it. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So I have a paint pen. This is just one, it's a fine tip paint pen. It's acrylic paint. I picked it up at, I think, Walmart probably. So you shake these up. There it goes. The lid on this one catches every once in a while. And it makes the sleeve that tells me what color it is come off. Now, I'm not going to go exactly on my pencil lines. They're just there for placement if I don't. And I want to make my letters slightly different than I drew them out. Worst case scenario, you let this dry and you come back with some more white paint. That's our eraser for this. And if you do have paint line or pencil lines showing when we're done, we can erase those. I'm going to put little, I forgot what these little lines are called. I know they have a name. Somebody can tell me in the comments. I know these little lines have a name. All right, now I'm going to let this paint dry before I add my O because I'm going to be using some different paint to do that, and I want this to dry so I don't mess it up. So when this dries, I'll be back and we can add our O. All right, let's add our shamrock O to our word welcome. For that, we're going to need a couple of things. We need some green paint. I'm using this multi-surface bright green from Folk Art that the nice people at Plaid sent me. And we need 2 brushes. You need one brush that's got a nice big round end on it. And you need a really fine brush that we're going to actually paint with. So, we are going to make 2 little dots right there. We are going to make, and this one is going to be a little harder because this board is not flat. Now, brush is a little bit on the damp side. And I'm just using the paint that's in the lid of the container. Be really careful here. It's really easy to mess up this area there. There. So we have a shamrock O. Let's let this dry and then we can move it over to the dollhouse and see how it looks on the front porch. All right, our front porch is starting to look like it's in season for the month of March. We're starting it early enough so you guys can enjoy this for a full month this year. If you enjoyed the video, be sure and hit the like button. Leave me a comment. What are your favorite holidays? What seasons are you looking forward to decorating your dollhouse for? Remember, you can decorate your dollhouse and not your real house. It's a lot easier and a lot easier to store till next year. If you be sure and check the blog post for all the measurements and the details and some photos. If you enjoy my content and haven't subscribed, hit that subscription button and the notification bell so you know when I put up a new video, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.